Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are recreating the original Ninja Turtles action figure commercial.
Ninja Turtle, heroes in a half shell.
Splinter the rat taught them each the ninja art. Donatello, master of the staff.
War!
Leonardo, the katana blade.
My God!
Raphael, the
Don't
sleeve.
throw this at all, kid!
And Michelangelo, the nunchakus.
Radical!
And master of the willing heat.
Hey, who had the pepperoni and ice cream? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
From Playdate.
Alright guys, I am back in my game room today filming, I don't know, had fun shooting the Brew 85 beer commercials, which I'm hoping you've seen by now, that I decided to, I don't know, be a kid again, I guess. So with doing these product commercials like this, the one thing I didn't want to do was to bust all up into Austin Paul or Daniel Schiffer and do my own thing. And something that I've always loved as a kid and maybe a little bit as an adult are Ninja Turtles and toys and toy commercials. I just remember toy commercials being so awesome back in the day, and I don't ever get to see them now because I don't watch cartoons or kids shows anymore, unfortunately. But I thought, hey, if I'm gonna do product commercials, why not do it for action figures and get action figures and try to recreate all those toy commercials that I loved as a kid and that I'm sure kids love now. And the best way to start doing that is by recreating some of the commercials that I loved as a kid. That led me to Ninja Turtles because I still have my Ninja Turtles from when I was a kid. I'm gonna say when I was a kid about 100 more times, I feel like. But I still had the action figures, and I thought, hey, I'll look up what the commercial looks like and I'll recreate it the best I can, and that's where we are now. I have the Turtles still from when I was a kid, except for one, the rat, Master Splinter. I had to search the whole city and find a friend who actually had him. Shout out to Blake, thanks so much. I'm gonna start this video out by showing you my finished product of recreating the commercial, but stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna walk you through the problems I had with it that you will see when I show you this, and the thing that I did to kind of say, hey, I can't make it work the best way I want to, so I'm gonna do this now, and I'll show you that at the end.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell.
Splinter the rat taught them each the ninja art. Donatello, master of the staff.
War!
Leonardo, the katana blade.
My God!
Raphael, the
Don't
sleeve.
throw this at all, kid!
And Michelangelo, the nunchakus.
Radical!
And master of the willing heat.
Hey, who had the pepperoni and ice cream? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
From Playdate.
All right, so I have the video pulled up on my phone, and then I took some screenshots of each scene so that I could use my phone and use that as a reference to set the shot up right. I'm going to start out with the hardest, what I think is the hardest shot first, and that's the push in on Leonardo. I was going to use my Edelkrone slider, but I couldn't find the head that I used for that, and I couldn't find the threads that I used for that. So knowing me, about a day later, I found the slider and the head and everything else I needed for the shoot I did the day previous, which is pretty much par for me. This shot's kind of hard. When you look at the picture, the video, the commercial, it's got Leo behind like a painted, like a pastel painted city drop. And I didn't have that, and I didn't want to paint it, so I'm using this Greenville book that we used in the Brew 85 shoot, 'cause it's got a bridge in it. It's got a nice white background, so sorry, but I think I'm gonna have to put him on something to put him right about here. I'm shooting with the Helios, but that might change. I wanted a vintage look, but for the push in and the autofocus, that might be a little hard, but we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be way too hard. Making sure I had the figure set up exactly like he was in the commercial was going to help me sell the recreation of it. And spending my time on that, luckily, out of all the things I forgot, I did not forget that detail. God damn it. Two different options. One I think I should use, and one that's a little rough but looks closer to what they did. I ended up filming the Leonardo shot twice. One in the way that I think works better, and then one kind of in the way that they shot it on the commercial, but the way I shot it actually is going to work out a lot better for the way I shot. So I'm probably going to use that one, but if you keep watching, I may end up using another one. Okay, so there's weird blue light in all the shots. So I'm using the spray bottle that we used to wet down stuff that needs to look like it's sweating or wet, obviously. And then it's got this cool like light. Like here, I'm just using an Edison bulb. And it's kind of working out. I'm kind of impressed. I might hate it. You might think it's dumb, but I'm pretty happy with it. Next time I do this, I'm definitely going to pull out the laptop, trying to scrub through the video on my phone with my fat fingers and a small phone. It just does not get to exactly where I need it to be and causes a lot of downtime and watching the same stuff over and over again. You gotta be asking yourself, Matt, why didn't you use your laptop? That's a great question. I might use the back, like I panned up. It pans down, but I panned up because it gave me time to sit first. Instead of coming to the right spot, I can start at the right spot and sit. So I did that and then panned out. I did the other way, but I think starting at where you want to end and holding for a couple seconds and then panning up in post. What's the word I'm looking for? What's this? Reverse. It's going to be a nice smooth transition. Okay, I know you guys are going to give me a lot of grief in the comments because I said pan and not tilt, but a tilt is, I kind of see it as like, straight up and down, and I was kind of just moving away. So it's like a 45-degree tilt pan. So I said pan, shoot me. I said pan. Did you know what I meant? Thank you. Just taking screenshots and getting the setup was key to making this look as best as I possibly could. I'm realizing how I did the reverse with Splinter. I should have done with these other harder kind of drop into places. Obviously, it's got to be better than that. I could have just held my hand on it or had the action figure and then trying to find something around here that looks like an action figure, but I don't. So let's say this lens is an action figure. I could have just let it sit for a couple seconds and then grabbed it and pulled it away and then reversed that, and then it wouldn't have been wobbling. These are things that I think of after the shoot when it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I'm also realizing I should have stopped down the lens and not shot so wide open with the RAF shot because it was so hard to get it in focus. And then keep it floating in the right spot, as well as keeping my thumb out of shot. This shot was just stupid. I hated this shot so much. I'm thinking I like this backdrop for Leo too. So as much as it kills me, I think I'm gonna reshoot Leo. My frame is just about perfect, but I gotta drop him into shot. Nailed it. Okay, the last shot is all six of them. I don't have Shredder, but all five of them together with this kind of weird bass thing in the background and that damn blue light again. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so when I sat down to edit this, I realized that I'm obviously not going to be able to recreate the cuts to the cartoon and the animation and all that. And the best I can do is either A, like I did do, rip it off of YouTube, or B, find the DVDs, buy the DVDs, sit through hours of footage finding the right shot that they used, and then putting that into Premiere, which at best would have gotten me 720, but more like 480 because of the time period. And me shooting in 4K or 1080 with the slow motion stuff, it just wasn't going to look good even if I went all out. So I said, hey, this is the best I can do. I'm just going to use what they used. I was actually going to go over to my friend John's house, who's a voiceover artist, and have him re-record the voiceover and really go all out. But once I hit that roadblock, I said, I'm going to do the best I can do. I'm going to put this together. It's only really changing 6 shots, but it does kind of make a big difference when you watch it side by side. But I'm going to make my own. I'm going to do it as if they hired me to shoot it today with the action figures. So I dusted them off this time, thought of some crazy shots, and I shot it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens.
He's a radical rat.
Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines.
That's a fact, Jack.
Raphael is cool but rude.
Give me a break.
Michelangelo is a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Editing it, I was kind of going back and forth between a couple different songs. There was like the soundtrack from the movie. And then there was the soundtrack from the TV show. And then there was the soundtrack that they used in the actual commercial. And then sometimes I would edit to one, edit to the other. Sometimes I'd blend them together. But what I realized was, based on what I shot, it looked best with the original cartoon theme song. So that's ultimately what I chose. Even though I did like some aspects of what I was putting together with the other ones, it just made the most sense to do it this way. All right, guys, there you have it. Recreated Ninja Turtle commercial, kind of. I'm thinking about doing some more of these. What do you think? I'm only going to get better. You guys are watching me learn this as we go. I would love to get your thoughts and what you would have done different in the comments. Tell me what you didn't like. Tell me what you did like. Also, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell. And I will see you next Monday.